Hello everyone! So the angels have guided me to put this video on. This is about 5 books and I've wrote it down, 5 books to get you on the right path. So I'm going to show you 5 books that have really helped me to tune into the angels, to become a more spiritual and enlightened person. And then I'm going to show you 3 extra books at the end. So what books then do I recommend that you read? A lot of people have been asking me lately, Liz, I'm getting into all this, what can I read, what will help me? And the most powerful, important book that I can show you, the number 1 on my list, the book that changed my entire life, is The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Now, I recommend completely you get a copy of this if you haven't bought one. Now, everybody always goes on about The Secret, and I can recommend The Secret on DVD. I wouldn't bother with the book. I'd get The Secret on DVD and watch that, and I would buy The Magic instead. This book is phenomenal. 15 out of 10. There's no words to describe it. When I first read this book, it blew me away to the extent that I went out and bought copies and gave them to people. And these people were like, what are you doing? And I was like, just read this book, it's amazing, you know. This book completely changed my life. And what The Magic is, it's a workbook that covers 28 days of how to be grateful. It teaches you gratitude. It teaches you how to be grateful. And the best way to do this book is to see it as a test from the universe or an assignment from the angels, and really do each day in order on each day. Don't rush through the book, you know, don't look through the book and go in advance. Every day, day 12, day 13, day 14, day 1, see each day as a test or an assignment from the universe, something to learn. And I'm guarantee you by the end of the 28 days, I think it's 28 days in here, you will be magically transformed. So The Magic, the number 1 book that I can recommend to you to bring absolute magic into your life. It helps you to access the law of attraction. It helps you to become grateful. And trust me, if you think you're a grateful person and you've never read The Magic, then that you've got a lot to learn. I thought I was a grateful person before I read The Magic, and then I realised that I actually wasn't. So this book teaches you how to be grateful in a way that will help you to manifest everything that you desire in your life. So The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, number 1. Number 2 is the book that I am currently reading. And yes, I'm from Stoke-on-Trent and I say book, you may say book, book, potato, patata. It's all the same thing, okay? So what book am I reading right now? And I've been reading this, you know, on and off for the last month or so. Wow. Radley Valentine, How to Be Your Own Genie. We just love a bit of Radley, don't we? We just love a bit of Radley, it's amazing. So this book is just amazing. The reason I've put this as number 2 on my list and I'm still reading, I've got a little bit left to go, Luke, but the reason why I'm making this number 2 is because this is the most powerful book I've read since The Magic. It's like The Magic 2, okay? This book is phenomenal. So if you can get this, the reason why I love this book is because Radley writes it in such a way that it's easy for it to go in. Have you ever read any books where they're just brilliant information, but it doesn't go in? I found very much that with The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, you know. So much fantastic information, but it was written in such a way that it wasn't easy to understand, and I love books that say it as it is, and that's what this book does. You know, Radley just explains it all in his light-hearted manner, in his fairy-type way, that just brings magic in. So when you're reading this book, you feel magical, and he puts lots of little tips in on how to really work with the law of attraction as well to bring magic in. And I've started doing some of the things that he's put in here, and trust me, they do work. They're bringing blessings in. So The magic 2 is How to Be Your Own Genie by Radley Valentine, another must buy. Number 3 on my list of the books that you must own to get you on the right path is The Fabulous Mirror Work by Louise Hay. Now, this is the one that I recommend to clients and to friends who are going through it a little bit, because this book, The Mirror Work, it really helps you to love yourself. And, you know, our job on earth is to love ourselves, not in a selfish way, but in a beautiful, loving, kind way. This is about how to heal your life. And, you know, when we look in the mirror, we need to love the person looking back at us. It's about self-worth and self-love, because when you start loving yourself, you start respecting yourself, and you know that you're worthy of great things. And this again is another day by day thing. And each day you're given a task to do, you know? And again, it's like a task from the angels on how to talk to yourself in the mirror, how to love yourself, what affirmations to use, how you can make your life work for you. And, you know, at each end of each chapter, there's a meditation that you can do. You can actually go onto the website and listen to the meditation. There's a lot in these books, you know. Like in The Magic, there's a task that you do. Radley gives you things you can do. And this book gives you things you can do. And I think I like that, you know. I like a book that will give you a test or a task or something to do. Because, you know, like when you're at school, you're learning. Well, you're in the school of life. And these, in my opinion, are workbooks for life, to live the dream life, to be the true you, to tune into who you are. So number 3 on my list is Mirror Work by Louise Hay, another fabulous book to help you really tune into who you are. Number 4 on my list then, what's number 4? Well, he got to come in somewhere, hadn't he? The fabulous Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray, the Scottish wonder, okay? Wings of Forgiveness. Wings of Forgiveness. Now, Kyle's wrote quite a few books, and if you're just getting into angels, then, you know, there's some good ones he's written to help you learn about angels and connect with angels. But really, for me, this book blew me away. You know, I read this book, I think it was about 3 years ago. I'm not 100% sure, but I had this book. I've seen Kyle live a lot of times, and I bought this book and I read it over the summertime, and wow, this book, Wings of Forgiveness, it helps you to forgive yourself, it helps you to forgive the past, it helps you to forgive and release anybody who's hurt you in the past, and it helps you to do it all with the amazing angels, the forgiveness angels, Mary Magdalene. A very powerful book indeed. And I actually gave this book to a client and I never had it back. So when I went to the World Angel Summit in Bristol this year, I picked up another copy, and obviously the wonderful Kyle Gray signed it for me, you know. So this book I can highly recommend, The Wings of Forgiveness, because it helps you to heal the past. So we've got 3 great workbooks there pretty much. And then you've got a book on healing, a book on letting go, a book on surrender and release. So I really can recommend The Wings of Forgiveness. And again, Kyle writes it in a real down-to-earth way, a way that's easy to understand. And he talks about, you know, amazing things in here, like the Gnostic Gospels. There's a lot of truth in here, a lot of fact in here, and that's why I like this book. So number 4, Wings of Forgiveness by the fabulous Kyle Gray. And then the 5th book on my list is probably one you wouldn't think that I'd mention, but it's by the amazing Kevin Hunter, who follows me on Twitter, by the way. Woohoo! Okay, shout out to Kevin Hunter. It's The Warrior of Light. The Warrior of Light. This book's amazing. Now, Kevin Hunter is a fabulous soulmate and twin flame expert, and I've got another one of his books called Soulmates and Twin Flames, and In this book, I mean, it says on the front, messages from my guides and angels. It's a very in-depth book about how to communicate with angels, how to communicate with spirit, how to become the truest you, how to raise your vibration. I've just opened it there on chapter 4, raising your vibration to a higher level. We're all teachers. How to dissolve friendship, how to dissolve, things that are going on in our lives, prayers, affirmations, manifesting, messages from heaven. Amazing book this is. And Kevin Hunter at the moment, he's quite overlooked, because he's a very down-to-earth guy, Kevin Hunter. He does his own thing, and he's a very spiritual guy, but he keeps it real. I can really recommend his books. He's wrote some phenomenal ones. And, I've just having a look through, and, twin flames, if you're watching this, there's a big section on twin flames in here, and helps you how to deal with it. And there's, soulmates, and he's a relationship expert. There you go, twin flames, page number 115, twin flames, okay? There's a section on that. And I can really recommend this book. When I read this book, it blew me away. And I read this a long time ago, and I need to reread it. So, Warrior of Light. So, the top 5 books then that I can recommend are, number 1, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, a must-have book to change your life. Number 2, How to Be Your Own Genie, Radley Valentine. Superb book full of magic and mystery and amazingness. Number 3, Mirror Work by Louise, a book that will help you to tune into the inner child within you, to look in the mirror and love yourself. It's a book about self-love and self-worth and self-appreciation. The Wings of Forgiveness by the fabulous Kyle Gray, all about how to heal the past, let go, surrender and forgive yourself and anyone who's hurt you. And then The Amazing Warrior of Light, a great guide of how to speak to angels, how to talk to spirit, how to tune into your psychic side. A must-have for anyone who's a twin flame or a soulmate. Really read them books. They will inspire you and help you to grow and lead you down the right path, on your right path. And then I said I was going to throw some bonus books in. So I'm going to, this one, now this to me is a must-have book. Now I've bought this for a few of my friends, and a lot of my friends come to me when they've got an illness, okay, or a dis-ease in the body, because I have this book. So this book is called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And the reason that I adore this book, and it's a must-have book for me, is because at the back of the book there's a list of every single medical condition you can think of. Every single dis-ease that is manifested in your physical body or in your emotional state is in this book. Even things like body odour, even things like blisters, or, if you bang yourself up, if you bang your finger up, everything is in this book. There's the medical term, or the thing that you're going through, then there's the reason behind it. So let me just get the index up. It's the problem that you're going through. Then they list the probable cause, which is the reason why you have manifested it in your physical body. So even if you've caught a cold, okay, or even if you've broke your finger, or whatever you've done, okay, there's a reason, a spiritual reason behind it, which is a probable cause. The reason. So you could say, well, yeah, I've just broke my arm, but there's a reason behind why you've broke your arm that you need to be aware of, because then you can heal the underlying cause of it, not masking it with drugs or antibiotics or anything like that. You need to heal the actual reason, okay, the reason it's happened in the first place. So it gives you a new thought pattern to use, which helps you to overcome the illness. And when you start saying over and over that new thought pattern as an affirmation, that's when healing comes in. And, I firmly believe in Jesus and Archangel Raphael to bring healing in as well. But if you can do that and use it all together, it works miracles. And all my friends will say, oh, I've done this to myself. What's the reason then, Liz? What's the affirmation I need to say? And it's such an amazing book. And I'll give you an idea. I'll give you an example, shall I? So, for example, arms, okay? Say if you do something to your arm, you have an ache in your arm or you break your arm or something happens. The reason behind it is connected with, it represents the capacity and ability to hold the experiences of life. So it basically means that you are withholding something from yourself. You aren't able to hold your experiences properly. There's some fear there. And then the affirmation you use is, I lovingly hold and embrace my experiences with ease and with joy. Amazing, okay? Absolutely amazing. The back ones are amazing because you get pains in your lower back, your middle back and your upper back, and there's a different reason behind each one. A lot of these things are fear as well. If you get bitten by a bug, and we've all been having bug bites, haven't we? You could say, yeah, well, it's just that mosquito in the garden, or it's that insect that bit me. But the reason behind it is guilt over small things. So you'll be feeling guilty over something. So you attract a bug bite to help you to overcome it, you see? And then you say, I am free of all irritations, all is well. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this book, but a fabulous book to have in your cupboard, okay? And there's a lot more to it than that. It explains how you can heal your life in all other ways. But the reason that I have this book is for this appendix of information at the back, because I know that if I do something to my physical body, or I manifest something, I need to know the reason behind it to heal the underlying cause, not to mask the symptoms. Does that make sense? So you can heal your life. A must-have book by Louise. The other book that I want to recommend is, if you're quite a religious person, or you believe in God and you want something amazing to read, then I can fully recommend the amazing Pastor Rick Warren's book, What on Earth Am I Here For? What on Earth Am I Here For? Now, I've had various experiences with this book. I've tried to read this book 3 times now, okay? And this, can you see that I've got a bookmark in it halfway through? I'm at day 28. There's 40 days in this book, I think. Let me just check. I think there's 40 days because of, 40 days. Because, 41. No, there's more than that. 41. However many days there are anyway. It goes up to day 40, then I just think there's an extra day. Day 42. It's 42 days there is. But every day you learn something new about the Bible, or about God, or about the reason that you're here, that we're here to be like Jesus. And I firmly believe that anyway, that we're here to be like Jesus, to walk the path Jesus walked, with love and light and compassion and understanding, even when people are betraying us and being nasty to us and things like that. We have to think, what would Jesus do? And that's what this book does. But I've tried 3 times to complete this book, and I haven't been strong enough. That's the words I'm going to use. I haven't been strong enough to complete it, because when I read this book, I go full into it, reading the Bible and everything, and Satan does come after you, okay? Or he came after me when I read this book. Every single time I've read this book, and I've read it 3 times, I've tried to complete it, should I say 3 times. I think the first time I got to day 18 or something, then I got a little bit further, and this time I made it to day 28, but I was being attacked by Satan so much I could not continue. So this book, fantastic for helping you to really tune into your life mission, tune into God, and really, it's a very intense journey that you go on when you read this book. And if you're up for that, then I can fully recommend it. Probably the best book I have ever read in my entire life, but the hardest one as well. What on Earth Am I Here For by Rick Warren, okay? And then I'm going to throw you an extra book that's actually just come, because it's quite funny, because I ordered this book on Sunday, And I was going to be recording this book yesterday, but I had a family emergency and wasn't able to. And everything happens for a reason, and this book has just been posted through. It's a book that I've been guided to read for a long time, but I've never actually got round to it. It's a book that Ralph Smart at Infinite Waters recommends all the time. It's a book that all the spiritual teachers recommend, and I'm finally going to read it. So yes, I'm going to finish Radley's, and then I'm going to get straight into The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I can't even say it. Paulo Coelho. Okay, The Alchemist. This book is supposed to be blowing you away type material. Okay, and I've had a little look through, and I know it's a story about a guy, but it's all of the things behind it. And the most powerful saying in this book is about the universe conspires to make everything happen for you, pretty much, or something like that. I'm not going to say the quote, but it says a fable about following your dream. So this book is all about tuning into your power as a powerful creator, a powerful manifester, a powerful alchemist. So if you can get this and read it, then I fully recommend it. But the other books are a must-have, okay, a must-buy. And card decks wise, this is the deck that I use all the time at the moment. I got these in Bristol at the World Angel Summit. My favourite cards right now, the Sacred Traveller Oracle card deck. So I'm just throwing them out there as well. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope there's some content there for you to really get your teeth into and read, because we need to be reading more. But if you want a really powerful DVD to watch, then I fully recommend you buy The Secret, because it's absolutely fantastic and it'll change your life. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.